Hi guys, you're welcome to MJ Apparel tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew this lovely detachable yoke blouse using the easiest method. It is very detailed, beginner friendly and very easy to understand. So if you love what you see and want to know how it was achieved, please watch till the end. If today is your first time on this channel, please click on the subscribe button and also on the notification bell so you get notified whenever we post a new video. And also don't forget to like and drop a comment. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using this fabric you see here. I'll be using this Ankara and this black doll face. I'll be using the doll face for the bishop sleeve I'm going to be making. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to draft on my pattern paper for clarity. So first I'll go ahead to draw a straight line at the top of my paper here, which is going to serve as my shoulder line. Next I'll go ahead to insert half of my shoulder measurement on that line. So my shoulder divided by 2 is 7 inch. Then I'll come down by 1 inch at this point for the shoulder slope. After which I'll go ahead to insert my armhole depth, which is 7.5. I'll mark, then I'll connect with my ruler like this. So this point here is going to serve as the chest line. Next I'm going to go ahead to do is to insert the vertical measurement. So because the blouse I'm making is a short blouse, you'll not be needing your half length measurement. The blouse will be stopping at the bust point. So I'm going to go ahead to mark my shoulder to bust point, which is 11 inch. Then I'll draw a straight horizontal line like you see me doing in the video. Next, I'm going to label this part as BP, which is the bust point. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to draw the neckline. I'll be using a neck width and neck depth of 3.5 for the front. So I'll go ahead to mark the 3.5 on this part and also the 3.5 on this side. After which I'll go ahead to draw a simple round neck with my ruler like this. Next, I'm going to go ahead to draw the shoulder slope for the blouse. So next I'm going to go ahead to do is to insert the bust measurement on the chest line. So I'm going to be dividing the bust by 4 and I'll go ahead to mark it on the chest line. And I'll also be marking the same thing on the bust point line, after which I'll connect the 2 points together with my ruler like this. After connecting it, I'll go ahead to draw the armhole for the blouse I'm making. So I'm going to be dividing my armhole depth by 2 and mark. After marking, I'll go in by 0.5 inch, after which I'll connect with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So I'm going to be using this pattern to cut both the front and the back of the blouse I'll be making. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to draw the back armhole on this part also. So this armhole is going to be for the back while this is going to be for the front. The next I'm going to go ahead to do is to insert the keyhole for the blouse I'm going to be making. So this totally depends on how wide you want it to be. For me, I'm going to be going up by 2 inch from the chest line. You can try to make it 3 or even come down by 1.5 inch, depending on how wide you want it to be. Next, I'm going to be connecting it to the armhole. So I'll go ahead to use my hand first, then I'll go ahead to use my ruler to draw the curve like you see me doing in the video. So this is what the curve is going to look like. Next, I'll go ahead to add a sewing allowance of 1.5 inch on the side like this. Then I'll go ahead to connect it with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So because I'm going to be using this pattern to cut the front and the back, the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to insert the depth for the back, and in doing that I'm going to be coming down by 1.5 inch on the center like this. Then I'll go ahead to draw the back neck line with my ruler like you see me doing. Next, I'm going to go ahead to cut out the pattern. So when cutting, I'm going to go ahead to cut the pattern the way it is like this, because I'll be using it to cut out the back first, then I'll come back to trim the front area for the front. So just watch what I'm doing and follow the same process. So after cutting, this is what we should have. This is the back neckline and the back armhole. The next I'm going to go ahead to do is to cut out the back first. So here I have my fabric lead and I'll be cutting the back pattern first. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to mark out a zipper allowance of 1 inch on the center back, after which I'll connect the points together like this. So next I'm going to go ahead to place the pattern on it this way, starting from where the zipper allowance stop, after which I'll go ahead to cut. But before cutting, I'm going to go ahead to add my sewing allowance to the shoulder area and also to the hem of the blouse I'll be making, after which I'll cut it out. So just watch what I'm doing and follow the same process. So after cutting off the back, this is what the back is going to look like. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to cut out the front. But before cutting out the front, I'll go ahead to cut off this keyhole we have at this point like this. After which I'll also go ahead to cut out the back armhole like you see me doing in the video. So after cutting, this is what we are going to be having. Next, I'm going to go ahead to cut it on my fabric. So for the front, I'm going to be placing it this way. Remember, we are cutting the front and we are cutting it on fold. So I'm going to go ahead to secure it with my pins next. So after securing it with my pin, I'm going to go ahead to cut, and I'll be adding 0.5 inch seam allowance on the shoulder part and also on this part. So just watch what I'm doing and follow the same process. So after cutting, this is what it is going to look like. So here we have the front and here we have the back of the blouse we are making. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to cut out my lining using this pattern I've already cut out. So after cutting my lining using the fabric that was cut out, this is what it is going to look like. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to finish up the neckline and also the hem. And in doing that, I'm going to be placing my fabric this way. Then I'll place the lining on it, after which I'll go over my sewing machine to finish up the neckline and also the keyhole area. And I'll also be doing the same thing for the back. I'll go ahead to finish up the neckline for the back. I'll also close up the zipper area, the side and also the hem, after which I'll come back to show you what to do next. So I went ahead to finish up the neckline and the keyhole area, and I also went ahead to give it a good press. This is what it is going to look like. I also did the same thing for the back. So here we have the back. I closed up the neckline, the zipper area, the side and also the hem. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to join the front to the back, and in doing that I'm going to be placing the back on the front this way, after which I'll go over my sewing machine to close up the shoulder and also the side. Then I'll come back to show you what to do next. I'm going ahead to close up the shoulder and also the side, and this is what it is going to look like, and this is what the back should look like. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to fix the zip on the back, after which I'll come back to show you what to do next. So after fixing the zip to the back, this is what we have. So when attaching a zip to the back, make sure you use an open zip so that you can easily wear the blouse we are making. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to draft the sleeve for this blouse. So I'll be using this black doll face for the sleeve I'll be making, and I'm going to be making a bishop sleeve. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to fold my fabric. After folding my fabric, this is what I have, and what I have here is 9 inch. So if you want it to be fuller, you can make it 15 inch depending on the amount of fabric you have. And I'm going to be cutting the two sleeves together. The next thing I'll be doing is to insert the sleeve length. So my sleeve length is 24 inch, and I'll be adding 2 inch for the elastic casing because I'll be adding an elastic to the sleeve. After measuring the sleeve length, next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to mark it at this point. After which I'll go ahead to draw a straight line with my ruler like this. So I have a detailed video on how to draft a sleeve. If you don't know how to draft a sleeve, I'll be dropping the link to the video in the description box. So next I'm going to go ahead to draw my armhole like you see me doing. So basically this is what the sleeve is going to look like because I'll be fixing an elastic to the hem of the sleeve. After which I'll go ahead to cut it out. So after cutting it out, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to create the elastic casing, after which I'll come back to show you what to do next. So I've gone ahead to create the elastic casing, and this is what it looks like. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to insert my elastic into the casing. So to know the amount of elastic to use, all you need to do is to minus 1 or 1.5 inch from your round wrist measurement. So I'm going to go ahead to insert the elastic to the elastic casing using my safety pin. So after fixing the elastic casing, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to go over my sewing machine to close up the side. So I'm going to go over my sewing machine to close up the sides, after which I'll come back to show you what to do next. This is what you are going to be having after closing up the side. This is what you should have. So next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to insert the sleeve to the blouse we've already made. So here I have the blouse. I'm going to go ahead to insert the sleeve to the blouse, after which I'll come back to show you the final look of the blouse. So after fixing the sleeve to the blouse, this is what we have. As you can see, the blouse is looking so beautiful and very lovely. You can wear this blouse on your armless gown. So if this video was helpful to you and you really love the outcome of this blouse and you are yet to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button, and also don't forget to like, share and drop a comment. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next tutorial.